In this video, I will show how I knit up stitches for a folded neck rib and insert a stitch wire along the way to use when gathering the rib. I need a circular needle to work the rib and a thinner circular needle. And then I need a soft stitch wire. I attach the yarn and knit up the first stitch with the rib needle, one stitch in. And then place the stitch wire behind the neck edge with the short end to the left. Then I twist the wire once around the yarn and knit up the next stitch. I twist the wire around the yarn again and knit one stitch up. I pull the wire through along the way. For every stitch that is knitted up, there is now a stitch ready on the inside of the neck edge. Continue all the way around the neckline. Make sure that you have the same number of stitches on the wire and on the needle, and work rib in the desired length. I have now transferred the stitches from the wire to the thin circular needle. Fold the rib with the two needles parallel to each other. You can choose to knit or sew the rib together. Knit the rib together this way. Knit the first stitch on the front needle together with the first stitch on the back needle. And again, front stitch together with back stitch. Now pull the first knitted stitch over the second to bind off a stitch. Continue until all stitches have been knitted together and bound off. Be careful that the bind off is not too tight. Instead, you can choose to sew the rib together with Kitchener stitch for an even more flexible neckline. Break the yarn but leave an end for grafting. The stitches on the front needle are worked as knit stitches and on the back needle as purl stitches. Start by sewing the first stitch on the front needle purlwise and sew the first stitch on the back needle knitwise. Slip the front stitch knitwise off the needle and sew the next stitch purlwise. Slip the back stitch purlwise off the needle and sew the next stitch knitwise. Continue this way. Slip knitwise and sew purlwise on the front needle. Slip purlwise and sew knitwise on the back needle. In this way, the rib will be closed around the edge of the neck. And create a nice finish.